ha Allahu adebo efen anuncho drolo ke mobonalo manche kujumogbile no lepeji moni woja le non pe ngo obi oyilke bua mo efen kejo wombi Allahu ake kindly click jomo edromo ke momona machine keba wahie nyelo ni gbalo Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam no ke me fen wale na share Islam ne ngene gbine Islam e ba sho mo ebie wombi Allahu ake hini woto fanye ewo obo eje hini wo ye mo hu ye e ha wo shifi mo eje e kan ne kudo kenye Islam tempono ke ba che wo hu eche wo be mi ni woni tun papa ise hin agbene Islam he jole ngam ja assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh noji ngamo ninke nga tu ibole fen ise o chile ni wo pe bi ene wo ke woncha ni kasimo no ke je he ni so chi enyo wo ke ni kasimo ba wa ni wo nkwe Luqman chosimo ni ike ha ebinu ni ene ke oba Quran icho ni jinyuma eten ke ekomi ke je kuku ni jinyuma ke eten ka shi nyuma ke ne hu oba na ne ken wie mo ne lo ne ken chosimo ne je nyi se ochile woba chano wo gbe hin awun ka shi icho niji kuku ni jinyuma ke paanyo mene woba chano ke kuku niji nyuma ke ne hu ko ni wokwe Luqman boni ike ebile gbe ni kasimo na eha keke agbene woke chosimo ekroku meni sane ba woke fen enyese nyekaya ake woke nuwe wonkwe mini wonkwe nyumbo jamu chosimo na ke ha bi ye no se wo ba kwe suban pakpa ni blofo mi aba aka moral education low ethical upbringing no jino ni mene wo ba acha no shi Luqman be mi ni ike bile gbio na ke lake waqsid fi mashika waqdud min sautika inna ankara al aswati la sautul khamir ike o imbinu be iwulenga we ke lake o imbinu ye onye momentete pue le onajin famo ni keji oba awie hue ba ogbenshi ka bolo ike ejake taflache meni bolo aka me ba to teji boni teji fio eni ehai o ike bilake keji onye mo twinshi ni agbene yo wie mo me hue ba ogbenshi ka bolo ejake teji ji kolo ni ibolo wo keji gbogbo ma de san oye ni wie mo ni san ni mo to ma eto ma se de nche o bolo ni mo ni yepo no ye twumi o to mo fen mo ni yopo no enu no ni nye wi o beta flache Luqman eke bilake o fo ni tamoteji fio eni e wo ka afi na kan be mi ni wonchi teji na tane be sa ke wo ke ni kase mo koklu aba e bi eni Luqman eke ha ebile bona afi ni ebile ele ake jile mi yo jinshin le mi isaka obomode yake oba fe no ni ba ha nyumo ba na oheminshi shin adisan ele nuku be ni oba fe ni amba na oheminshi ewo ni etawo ni ebile ale ni ike bile ikele ashalashi na me ya ame teji bibioko ni Luqman ke la ke mi mata teji eno koni ogbalawo ibatano ebile ngbalale ameshe eko meke ni bo papa onu pa na no ke gbe kan bibio ne mfagbe ni bo mo ta teji eno ni gbe kan ngbalo ke teji elo o icho nwa o ha gbe kan mo atano Luqman ewie noko na te hin fiyo na yishi ni ke ebile hu abata teji eno ebile hu bata teji eno le hu egbala mekenya amena me kroko me hu ameke ni mene gbeke be ni ba nye bu mo oke no nu pa ne nye bu o ya tateji eno ni gbalanye obe mo bule kra Luqman ewie noko ni ike ebile ake o hama ba fatohi kun waya ni ibate ebile se ba me yenyo ametateji eno kenya amani na me kroko me oke ninye yenyo ne keteji bibio ne nyeta no me ninye nto onye gbeteji elo no hu Luqman ewie noko na mete hin afie ne kela ke ha wo fen wo yishi ko ni wo gbala teji amba yishi ameke me kroko me ho pe me ke enita frache nye bedwe mo kwa bon la checha nye ene ke nye tembo ku me ponsu e ba ta no ke ate fie ke kele hwish ke mo kokule bata no lo nye ye nyo fen ba nya ta no sinye nye ko lu en nye kele mfa gbe ni nye ngbalale ni nye shikon lo Germany Luqman ke bi no ake imbi ona jele bone yo ne noko be ni ke ju fie adesign na noko ye na mba bi ona ake be mi ni ko me ntateji no me ko me na wo amewie be mi no ko me hu bata no me kroko me hu na wo amewie be mi ni nke bo fen wota no me ko me na wo amewie ni be mi ni wo ye nyon fen wo nye ni wo ngbalateji me kroko me hu na wo na amewie wo jele mi en bi no fen no ba fi adisa ba wi no ko ye shimwe bo mode ake no fi o isa obolo hin eta eja ke nuku be ni ko fi adesign na nuku na mba ake ye ene Luqman e chose bile wo ke Luqman ke bile chose mo ba wa bi ene kun watcha woni kasimon. We are grateful to Almighty Allah for having taken us through another week. We are here to continue our lessons on child upbringing in Islam. And we want to continue from where we left off the previous week. We're talking about the interaction that took place between Luqman and his son. So the last advice that he gave his son is captured in Quran chapter 31 verse 19, where he told his son that, "Oh my son, be moderate in the pace that you take when you are walking, and lower your voice when you are talking, when you are addressing people. Don't be shouting. For the harshest of sounds, without that, is the brain of the donkey." So, in effect, Luqman was telling his son that be moderate in the pace that you take. When you are talking to people, lower your voice. Don't shout at people. Don't speak on top of your voice. Just lower your voice. Because if you do not do so, then you can be likened to the donkey. And I said, having mentioned the donkey, then there was another lesson that Luqman gave his son about the donkey, which is not captured in the Quran. But what was the moral lesson of that particular reference that Luqman made? So Luqman wanted to teach his son that in whatever endeavor you undertake or you engage yourself in, just ask yourself whether you are pleasing your Creator. Because as far as human beings are concerned, there is nothing that you can do that will please everyone. So your focus should be on pleasing your Creator. So on one day, Luqman set out to teach his son this lesson. They had a very young donkey, small one in size and in age. Luqman decided to sit on the donkey. He decided to ride so that his son will pull him and the donkey along. They met a group of people who were having a conversation, and as soon as they saw them, they remarked, "How can you be that mean? How can you be that wicked? You, this old man, you are riding the donkey, and this small boy is pulling you along. That is wickedness." Luqman didn't make any comment. After they left those people, Luqman disembarked. He got down and asked his son to ride the donkey so that he would pull them along. He was doing that. They met another group of people, and they said, "Hey, what kind of world are we in now? You, this young boy, you are traveling with an elderly person, and you are riding the donkey, and he is pulling you along. What is this world turning into? Luqman didn't say anything. After they left that scene, he decided to ride together with son. So he joined him on the donkey. They met a third group of people who saw them and said, "What offense has this donkey committed that both of you will ride on this little donkey? Do you want to kill it?" Luqman never said anything. When they left that scene, then he asked the son that they both disembarked. They both got down. Then they met a fourth group of people who saw them. They were sweating and said, "These people are not intelligent at all. At least you could have used the donkey. One will ride at a time, then the other person will get down for the other person to ride. Or at least both of you can ride on it for a while." Luqman never said anything. When they had left that scene, then he told his son, "My son, in whatever you do, you should please your Creator, because you can never please people. Under all those four circumstances or scenarios, people had something to say. When I rode alone, people were not happy that you were pulling me. When you rode alone, people still complained. When we both rode on the donkey, people still complained. And when we both walked and pulled the donkey along, yet people still complained. So you can never please people. Just please your Creator." That is the moral lesson. Now let us look at moral education or ethical upbringing as far as Islam is concerned. So my name, it will ke one channel. Isake wochon wo bi ne suban papa. Ne suban papa isake ejiku ye wodenche wo he. Koni wo bi ye hu amenagbe ni amekase. Wo Abdullah ibn Amr radiyallahu anhu. Ike be ku egbalo Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Ene ko ba hadith wolo na chola ka Abu Dawud ni oba na eje. Ike be ku egbalo Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam e ba slawo. Ni be mi ne ba slawo. Inya wo chemi ake imba. Ne ha me ametrobi. E obe mi ni ewie na kanpe. Gbalo Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam e kwenya wo ake mini ba afi. Ke ashi imba ne nimba ne nyawe ike ametro bi hame Germany gbalo Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam ke nyawo ake aji be mi ni chemi ake imba ni ihame nuku ba ame ametro bi ni imba ni ihame nkwen abanwa ye ewoji ame ake etu abla mena gbine to body ojeni kase mo nshi no wi ake solemo ke wo bi hamo ke agbene wie mo ke chon mo fiu da na mba achake na kanji gbe ni sani woji bene beke etwe safe mo mi sase be mi no chele de nchele hu enye he kokulu wo ba na ke be mi ni nya wo ntu aju ale ba ma abo tofi ba ma abo biscuit ma abo ene ole ake o la ka gbeke koni no tawo no fi ike ya agmeshin habo ni ofi no yigbe no ya ma mi mpe beke mfu kenyo se ombi ya tashin eche no maba lo fe mu ene maba no makunse no shoke ogbo ya tashi kemi mba ma chocolate ma bo denche pole ake tofi agbute impo ne kwe ahon le 50 pesos po denche o hin hanle if you tell no ka ko ba he chocolate o hale ni chocolate no ko ba he hale jala wa fi tensidi ole ake 50 pesos anopo denche o he hanle ni bo ole ake o wo lo chefun o na laka mo no laka le anna yo gba mi ake otu abla na meni ihie nyomo ababa bi mi nyomo kenke mbila ake keji aba kemo ake mbe chebele inyeje meno mini jino ni ncho mbile mi ncho la ake oba anye n'otu abla shona ka abla ne n'otu oke yo he be kuku okope ya ke nyomo ni jo nyomo ni sando we mo ke te hu e ba se ba bo nyomo be koklo oke yo he be kuku okope ya ke wose na agba egbile no hu oba ya ni oya buhi akonta ewo isake woto wogbeji ano ojugba wo wie anokwale ni wo chose wo bi ni amehu amewie anokwale. So to start with the moral education or the ethical upbringing of our children, we must lead exemplary lives. We should not teach our children to lie. Even if we have become accustomed to lying, and as the parents, we have decided that there is no way we can change. Even if we want to lie, please, let us not do it in the presence of our children, because they will learn from us and they will think that is the best way to go. So I cited the case of Abdullah ibn Amr radiallahu anhu, may Allah be pleased with him. He said, when I was a child, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam visited us, and my mom called me that I should come, and she was going to give me dates. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam looked on carefully to see if my mom was going to do exactly what she had said, until my mom gave me the dates. Then Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the messenger of Allah, said, when you called him to come, that you were going to give him dates, if you had not given it to him, it would have been written in your book of record that you lied. So when it comes to the issue of lies, it is not about I lied to someone else and that one is a lie. But when I deceive my child, it is never written as a lie. No, that is not the case. You remember that when we started this topic some few weeks back, I indicated that for us to get to the destination we want to get to, as far as the upbringing of our children is concerned, then we should be prayerful, and we should also use beautiful admonition to bring our children up. In that case, inshallah, we may get to the destination we aspire to get to. Now, you call your child. The child is engaged in something else. So as parents, we lie to them. Oh, come, I'll give you this. When I go to town and I'm returning, I'll buy this for you. Meanwhile, you know that it is something you will never fulfill. So why do you make that pledge? Why do you make that commitment? Why do you downplay it and think, oh, Allah is not going to hold me responsible because I just told my son, my daughter a lie so that I'll be free to go? You see, some of the children, when parents are going out, then they'll begin crying. they want to follow you. Just sit down with him or her, tell him, no, I have to go. The child will understand. Even if the child does not understand, he or she will cry for a while and may stop. But don't make a commitment when you know you cannot fulfill it. Kewa basahi Buhari mi. Balo Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam ekewa ke. Esha ninawa eminchi neke nyumbo minfu baji ni obaje o follow lo oba lo muame ni mokobi ake o nyumbo gbalo mi ake taflache ekwe wo besuba mo wo bu mo site ba fete makwenya wo hin makwencha ta hin ni majele lo malo mole ike kejuti ni oyaje taflache mokonyawo lo mokochata ni lehu minfun na ejo nyawo lo ejo chata itamoni budenche oje onyawo lo olumu onyawo balo Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam boni kene ko basahi Buhari mi emi ewo chose mo bile koni eliake boni esa ni ejo buwe ika ya mami ni ya jemu ko unyawo lo echata ni mo hu ke jemu ko majibu. So the other thing I want to talk about as far as the moral education or the ethical upbringing of our children is concerned is the reference that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam made, and this is captured in Sahih Bukhari, where the Prophet said the most grievous offense is insulting or cursing one's own parents. So some of the companions inquired, "O Messenger of Allah, even if we are disrespectful, we cannot look into the face of our parents and curse them or insult them." Then Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, if you insult someone's parents, if you curse someone's parents, and the person in return insults your parents, it is equivalent to you insulting your own parents. So let us teach our children that as well, as far as the moral education or the ethical upbringing of our children is concerned. Now let's go into the intellectual education of our children. Remember that in Quran chapter 39 verse 9, Allah made a profound statement when he said, "Kul hal yastawi allazina ya'lamuna wal lazina la ya'lamun." Say, ask, the one who knows and the one who does not know, are they equal? Are they the same? Certainly, this is a rhetorical question. You know they are not the same. So Allah is telling you that there is the one who knows and there is the one who doesn't know. So he asks you whether they are the same. Certainly, they are not the same. Of these two categories of people, the one who knows and the one who doesn't know, who is superior? Who becomes beneficial to his family, to his society, to his community? Which of them? Certainly the one who knows and not the one who doesn't know. So you must teach your children. And here, by teaching your children, I'm talking about giving them both religious education and secular or Western education. Because you find yourself in Ghana, and if you are only versed in Islamic knowledge and you don't have any Western or secular form of education, you'll be found wanting, because no one is going to employ you. And how are you going to earn your livelihood? Are you going to turn to begging, extorting, giving people false hopes and taking from them? That certainly should not be the case. So equip yourself, climb the academic ladder to the best of your ability. Add value to yourself so that you become employable and useful to yourself, to your family, and your society. Agbene nili ni wakaba ha wo bi bona fe ni amehia base na mo ha amedencha ame wekucho muwe ke mamuwe fe wako ba Quran icho ni ji nyonwe tenke ne hu kuku ni ji ne hu nyongo biake kul hali yastawi allazina ya'lamuna wal ladzina la ya'lamun biake animonili ke monili ameyo hebo animonili ke monili ame pepepelo ene hitwe eyefan noblofomi achola ke rhetorical question ni bi mokoni ka bibu e moni bi oni ede nche je hitwe no ba hale ni hihiale ejake hitwe eyefan ye ni bi momi ene ekune wo biake animonili ke monili ame pepepelo da bi wo fen wele ake monili ke monili ame pepepepe woni bi moni ji enyoji monili ke monili menyo ne amete namo hiyose namo no hitwe eyefa wole yake monili le hiyose namo monili eya ba se namo ko hawo eyake ba fiteni e ba agbeni kaji na kan ni be sake wo ha wo bi chosemu ni ba ha ni amehi ba ba se namo ninka yake o lele obaka si Quran ne obaka si hadith obaka si Islam ni efe nakani eba wawo ye wonyumbo jamome wona ake ko basuratu bakara ni nyumbo ye chonwo solemoni meku mefiyo eke meku mebio ni nyumbo aha amejilepe ni meku menko ake rabbana atina fi dunya hasana wa fil akhirati hasana wa qina azaban nar o wonuncho hawe pakpa ye hiluje nemi hawo ekpakpa ye wose na agbegbile no ni oji wo keje laglingle mi mini ji ekpakpa ni yo je na me ni wo mbinyumo ni iba hawo ni taflache je ni ina shikakpoto shin ina fioko ni ke hinyi manye nke ba ya hilacha mohi ma to chaba ke ihi fatalo hinyi imbi hinyi inyawo inchata inchekwen ko nya inyekwen ko lo nwekunyu ko lo nson loko henye manyamaye mabuale taflache inye fioko ni manye nke ba ahia ata de ni nke ba chake nke ba hula he ekuni taflache inye fioko ni ka chunyumbo ni chumo manye ni nke kwa awomi iwona keje Solomon emi yake ekpakpa ko yejile mi ni sane wotawo ni ekpakpa ko won ye wose na agbegbile no ni isaake wotawo ni wosole ni nyumbo aji wo keje lami iwo je ni minto wose na agbegbile no pe ni ihe ekpakpa ni yo jilem ke bale na kan po bana ke midenche nyumbo jamu ke ngbeji ano to mi to tomo e babao baba em iwo wo ha wo biye ameka se Islam ni ibawa me ya me nyumbo jamu me ye biye ni ndo ba akwa me ye wose na agbegbile agbene blofo school to boni wo chola ake western education ja ke blofo ma ni kasimoni ne abala ake bia na amra lo ni tun fen na tun ja oti blofo school na eko ni ona pleto ye ni dane ka he me ke woni chumo mi abanya he boke wo wo chosi wo bi amele Islam no amele blofo no ameka se ni na mena pleto e bona afi ni taflache amamba anya amechuni abawo amenyom ameke ko ba akwa ame ameke ko ba kwa amewekume ameke ko ba tunyumboni wawie enanwe. Then there is the psychological upbringing. You see, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam spoke about shyness. Maybe when we are done with this topic, because I intend, inshallah, to bring this presentation on child upbringing to an end in our next episode. Maybe when we are done, then I will look at this question of shyness. You see, some of us are very, very shy. And indeed, that is what depicts or demonstrates that we have Iman. So there are some children, they are very, very shy. And you must train them in such a way that although it is a good quality to show that sign, but that also does not mean you should not assert your right and demand what is truly due you. When we were young, we were trained to be timid. So all the time you do something, they will told you a masquerade is coming. Then you become timid. You become fearful. Whatever you are doing, you stop. Timidity, you are talking about psychological training to make those people outspoken, yet they should show respect to the elderly. You should not be timid. This requires some training. Then there is the question of inferiority complex, where you always look down upon yourself. As for me, I come from a poor family. There is no way I can get here. There is no way I can do this. We must train our children to be confident. All these things come under psychological upbringing. The question of anger, the question of envy, all these things are issues that you need a trained psychologist to take you, the parents, and your children through that. There is something in psychology known as paranoia. So you are always paranoid. Sometimes you sit down and you see two people talking, laughing or smiling, and you think they are talking about you. It is a problem. It is a psychological problem. If you find yourself in that state, they will say you are paranoid. But that issue is called paranoia. It is a psychological defect. And you yourself, you must be trained. So inshallah, we'll look about that. So manyeme. Keje wogbeke bi ashin achosewo ni eha mmimiku ebuti wo mi. Taflache ekwekpa ako ya aye ni wochon taflache wochon fito. Ya keje wogbeke mi accident no fi no kuno kaka moto bi mbae kaka mbae e ba mobo e wo keje wogbeke bi asibibi akenna kan gbeye shemu ewo mi. And ona bodenche no ke kaka e ba mo bile bodenche keje wogbeke bi ashin kaka e ona no na achole kaka e da ona hembele ohin egbu oni ke aye mate inye ma ajeme ke ma boteje denche iwaham no hu suban kwakpa ni shi aye hembele ko ni ke ba agbere no ni sana ke habwe ke ake bodenche ochon mongoto ochon tafla chefi to hewo no ni sana ke habwe anya ke yabo be ashishibu eja ke onyowi okwa oke o ihin engbo gbalo Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam eke moni ehengbele to ejwa ebehe mokeeli ewo efatahe mokeeli suban kwakwa ni twanke oyehe mokeeli ehe ake hengbele ba hin ohin shinohu etwanke oke ba the extreme eba tekino finini nino hewo keji noko ni sana ake ha boe eba agmenbo we noko ni eblofo mi achola ake inferiority complex da be onake o mene mela me fimi biene ake mi inte biene wo inye mafine be pie keminwi minchon bia na nlebo ni school e shikamoyo shibe mini yo GHS inte la wireless 2 GHS ne be mini won choose ke ba secondary school in choose Legon Presec na mi tafla che no yo na Legon Presec oba anyo na lo nke manyamana inka ke tafla che me ko mete school ko na ka mi o ka ko to mo ko ete Morning Star moku ete Martin the Porres moku ete Christ the King moku ete ine wo minye mana nke na kan midenche nke ihe ake nti ade embra bia na egbe echake aka chole na TVT noko presby noko ade embra ye di go park kete wireless 2 midenche nke ihe ake ye nyongo he wale na noni sane mafie ko ni machine ni che ma anybo be mo te presec wo gbe je na atun back door na ka wo je me bohu ba anyon fi shime ko mi ehia fo jimi ninje bie ne e wonye ma fi ne dabi ene fi e bi ni ka bode ncho be na kan chose mu no ba na obi le awie mo kechon mu o ba ta omuko ni ewie kechon le ni ehale na kan chose mu ka e bi no a pay psychologist ko ni a train le a chose le o ba fi we no ko ni psychology me achola ke paranoia ona mko eni ke tashi ni na menyo na fa ku economy no na ngono ni akwahe ni gbeneta kekele denche ejomo kala gbemene na amenwo mi hi amewi mi amenwo mi ke onani na kan ni ya no yo shin le mi ne che twa bodenche psychologically o ye na agbako obodenche obi na ke bo atashi na achosebo coffee na kabaka ke you are paranoid ye blofomi shin inakan hila agbeji paranoia iwo bodenche sa ka ona chosem koni obi hu onyo chosi ame na ka je no na mboko ke mko nwi na ngono na akwahe ni gbe no talo he ni gbe no pu ke mba no be twa ke bohi ayu ine menfen iba under psychological upbringing wo be yeta keji nyumo asmo menochi wo ba akpe koni wocha woni kasemon